We all were like inboxing each other, like, wait a minute, isn't that Kim? Isn't that from? And sure enough, it's Kim from.
More reaction to the story of the local man who told police he was held captive by his stepmom for more than 20 years.
Family, friends, and even acquaintances are coming forward and sharing their stories, including one former classmate of the stepmom, Kimberly Sullivan.
Fox 61's Jamel Johnson talked to that woman who says she and other friends couldn't believe their classmate is tied to one of Waterbury's most infamous cases.
Carol Griffin says the last time she remembers seeing Kimberly Sullivan was in 1986. That was at Wilby High School, where both of them were students.
We all were like inboxing each other, like, wait a minute, isn't that Kim? Isn't that from? And sure enough, it's Kim.
That's what Griffin describes the moment she and her classmates saw Sullivan on the news.
I was shocked to hear the story.
Griffin was just 16 years old at the time she last knew Sullivan.
40 years after myself.
Fast forward to February 17th, Sullivan's stepson escaped from the home he says she held him captive for decades.
Who else is in here?
My stepson is in here.
He told first responders he lit the fire intentionally inside the Blake Street home so he could finally be free. Police say he was just 68 pounds when he was found. The arrest warrant says he had limited access to food and water and was locked in his room for up to 24 hours some days. Griffin says the shocking nature of the crime baffled her.
You have to be an evil entity to do that to a human being, period. How do you, especially your stepchild that you've been trusted with.
As Griffin continues to follow the case of her former classmate, she hopes that the best can come from such a terrifying situation.
He's brave for setting that room on fire because he didn't know what the outcome was going to be. He just hoped that it came as it did, and I'm glad it did for him. I hope he makes a full recovery.
Sullivan is currently out on a $300,000 bond, and she's expected back in court next week. We'll be following this case and provide any updates as they come along. In Waterbury, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.